Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to MSA's market morning briefing. So far, 367. Looking at the cues. Good morning to everyone. We're about to open 328 right now. The clock is on the bottom of my screen. We have 54 seconds to start. Pre-market 367.20. Last week we have the end of the day alert. Looking to play the market before it happens. We're looking to sell at the open. All right, let's take a look at that call. Got confirmation from one member in Spain. He placed the trade. We're looking at 164, 164%. He's making 497. We're looking to see if we actually lock in that profit. Okay. Okay, we're looking to make sure he takes that. Minimum wage in Spain per month, 1,050 euros. Not a lot, but still something decent. And this gentleman is above 50. So 50 years old for this guy. All right, and we're live. Okay, so 367.02 at the open. We're going to look for that August 28 call. Let's go to the quote media last week, how it closed, and where we are so far. And then we just go over a few details for day to day, and that will be it for today. So, okay, a little bit of a sell-off expected at the open, 366. We have this is a little bit of an orange. Yeah, orangey, reddish, look reddish, red now. Let's see how the market reacts at the open, 366.60 to 54. And let's take a look at the cues. Okay, we're there. And let me look for today's 367. So 367 last week closed at 59. And we're going to look how it evolves at the open, right? Drama with being fast, only 100,000 cars, and it's 300%, close to 300%. Let's get Tesla doing the lifting for the Qs, 243.63, 5 points at the open. AMD 103.40. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. See what's going on there. Okay. A little bit of energy and 366.37. Let's see where we are. The sell's still there. I would think coming from Friday, if this is the range, if this is A, this is B, we're looking at trend Fibonacci. We're looking at 365.26 today. This is the grand scheme of the price action. If I look for looking a little bit of extended hours, it have this reversal. And I'm always looking if this is A, this is B, then we have a bid. The bid means that there's a lot of energy to the upside. Everyone is expecting the worst. Didn't happen. That's good. Tesla doing the lifting for the index. Okay, fine. So where are we? We are between the 23 and the 29, right there. Okay. One day I'm a little bit nervous because I have a sell, but I'm coming from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strong buys. I wouldn't be surprised if we reverse. Now, we always have to account for liquidity, massive liquidity in this area. This is a strong liquidity. It's in play. We know that is there. The price is actually dipping into that demand zone, which is good. And from that point, we will see how it reacts. A little bit too early. Always remember, doesn't matter. We always have to keep fresh these ideas. The first half an hour to 45 minutes, the market is looking for direction. It's not going to be a different way. Yeah. Okay, we get a little bit of Bank of America Securities, BOFA Securities updating to buy FUTU, F-U-T-U, from 32 to 62. What a strong adjustment there. And we're going to look for a few plays in China. That will make sense. F-U-T-U. We'll look at that. FUTU Holdings Limited, 52, 2.3%. If I think that combined with a little bit of the gimmicks that the CCP, Communist Chinese Party, is executing in Beijing, then I will look for a quick opportunity. Now, looking at another opportunity to play, UPS doing well. I'm looking for 170 by the end of the week, probably 172 if everything goes well, looking into September. AMD still about 103. That's important. Futu, Invesco, 367.39, and that will be our cue to exit our end of the day trade. Let me look at that. Just tell everyone we're going to look at the alert. What a great play. What a great play after being roughed by the market last week. Yeah, so last week we called for end of the day. There you go, 367. Pay no more than 150, close at 59. So there's nothing to complain about that one. So let me see if I can get that before it updates. Right there, we got that closing. Let's take our shot. Okay, we got it there. And let me see what I got here. So documents. Where's MSA? I think this is the one. Yeah, I think this is the one from last week. All right. And okay. Okay, so what we got here? Last week. And that's fine. Okay, so so this should be the exit alert where we 367.67. What a great trade right there. 1%, 3.5, $3.60 for that particular trade. Very good. So we're looking to exit. And what I'm going to do is end of the day. All right, okay. So and that's take this. Right. So we go there. We got an exit there. That was a good one. Friday, today, starting the week. Very strong. 366.80. What a great. You got any of that action, Frank? Any of that? Did you follow or took notes?
I bought in this morning. I made $200 on it.
Okay, there you go. But what a great readings Friday and today so far, right? It's been good. Well, aside of the days that I get wrecked. Okay, so let me see. There we go. Okay, let's just update. All right, so right here, what a great positioning. Okay. 171. Okay. That's fine. 90% for the gentleman. That's all right. Okay, so we're looking for that exit. Let's see where we are. 366.40. What was the high? High was what? 367.71. So that went very well right there. Okay. Couple names that are moving higher, being fastly. 89 bio. That's good. Okay, so let's reorganize. Okay, 170.11 right there. That's the tray I was looking. 103, which actually went 104.12 at the open. What a great opening for AMD. Let's see if we can stick. Okay, of course. The reason right there we can see is reversing Tesla, giving up all those gains. Let's see how it moves the rest of the day. But Nvidia back on the red. Not a big deal, but still red enough. So that's more important. Okay. Nothing to say there. Okay, let's organize the morning. All right, so 103 there. I'm looking for a weekly play. Looking for GOOG. This will be the weekly play. 132 right there. This is an idea that I have at the opening. Let's see what we get, what kind of pricing we get. I will go ahead and send that alert now. And this is the trade I'm talking about, the weekly play. I'm looking to buy the 132. It's opening at 132. Let's see what we get from, okay, it seems that it's positioning right there for a higher attack, okay, of that 367. Let's see if it does it. Now, let's go to Google, okay? Google has been very strong compared to the others. I think there's an opportunity here that we can play. It went all the way to 133.26. 15-minute bar, still green, and it has a buy. This is our cue to actually go long, and I'm looking for 135.17 as the surprise. Same Amazon and the rest of Amazon and Google, they did very well in the second half. Numbers are making more sense. Microsoft had a strong beginning of the year with Meta, Netflix, and the rest of the crew. So when there's a lot of these, there's this buzz expression on the news and the media, the great rotation. Everyone thinks that suddenly value, whatever value means for anyone nowadays, it's going to take over growth. Growth needs a pause. Growth had a massive response back coming from the tech recession in 2022. So everyone thinks, oh, rotation is not going to happen. There's a pause. You take advantage of the pause and you go back to growth, because the growth is not only the growth, it's also these companies are making money. Everyone is looking for the big hope, looking to kind of hunt down that opportunity on the small caps. But that's what they're small caps. They're down there. And the market is composed, yeah, by 7-8 names. Why? Those are the names that are making money. And if you were to run a pension fund, you're not going to put the money of thousands of Americans or thousands of women and men in the hands of a company that is trying to figure what is the business model, how profitable they can be, and for how long that's going to work. And that's what you get from the big magnificent 7, magnificent 8. It doesn't matter. They make money. People complain, but they don't do anything. They just don't buy. So it's a little bit ridiculous from my perspective. So people can complain whatever they want. The weights and the percentage distribution in the indexes is not going to change. There is a reason why in 2020 we kick out of the index of the Dow Jones ExxonMobil. That's not the way. It's 100. That's 92 years. 92 years. That's a lot. It's over. There's a new game in town, and that has nothing to do. Energy will be there, but how we get the energy, that's a different story. Okay, so we got Google there, and that's something we want to pay attention to. Now, moving to that, I will actually look to send we're reversing, so I will take advantage of that reversal to position ourselves. And on that weakness, that little bit of the weakness of the 15-minute candle, I will look to have that entry. 30-minute looks like we have the potential. 2 hours, 4 hours, daily, strong structure there. And if you look at that, if you little bit of fill the gap there, a little bit of that. And then if you look, you have strong bounce from the 38.2% Fibonacci, looking for that breakout 134, almost there. I think it's time. Let's go for that call. So I think we had I had a weekly play. Okay, here's a weekly play. All right, let me just prepare these. And I'm looking for at the money or in the money trade. That's the best way to survive. The previous Dow Jones via ETF didn't work at all. So that's something that I always have to pay attention and kind of report back, but definitely something to consider. So didn't work. It was still wishy-washy week for the indexes, but now things seems to be getting a little bit better, and we have to take advantage of that. All right, and let me see. I'll just set up these allocation. We're looking for that GOOG call. Let me just take this one out. Let me go back here. And okay. All right, we're opening at 193. Let me see, we probably have to adjust. Yeah, the entry at the open at 180. So not much there to. Okay, have a great day. Take care, Frank. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay. All right. So let me just kind of zoom this in. And we are looking to get the pricing probably no more than $2 on that trade. So the way I see it, what we're going to do is pay no more than $2. Say 205 and look to sell at 4. Let me see where we are. High of day. Yeah, we can actually look to sell at 4, 167. Probably sell at 4. Yeah, sell at 4. That would be a break full $4. Okay. And I'm looking to have that information there as well. And there you go. So we're going to look at Google 1 to 10 contracts, and that's what we have. Okay. 132, ready to go. Okay, perfect. So let's see where else is happening out there. 102.85. Tesla red, green to red. That actually was what is happening. UPS still very strong right there. Target Corporation doing same. So let's take a look what is happening with the electric car companies that are stable, not big change. NEO under 11 cents. Let's see what we have here. Oof. Some names are moving. That's good. And let's go back to, let me see what we have here. GS. Okay, 41% in this name. What is VinFast doing now? Okay, $82 there. Okay, in that name. And let me bring back Tesla. Okay, back to green there. And what is Apple? Do we have any support from Apple? There you go, close to 180 now. They range 180.17 to the high. Qs very stable at 366, not giving up room to move lower. Tesla, Futu, that's another name. There you go, 4.8%. Futu on that update from Bank of America Securities. So that will be another name to consider. So I'm just going to shift this and kind of lock in my view on Google right now. So we have that opportunity. We're looking for that bid. I wouldn't say that we have a bid that was very tight. I will say, well, if you look at it from this perspective, still, you do have that pullback to the 38.2% last week. 38%, we're getting ready to break 134. The way it does that is we're looking for that structure, the structure that I'm looking on the daily. Then if you consider what we have so far, then you have to think, okay, this is what's the range? What's A to B? So once you have A and B, then you have C and D. All right. So this is what you have to do. You look for that range. Okay, that's 118 to 134 initially, then pull back You have confirmation of the bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big candle last week, rejecting everything under 130. That's the message we get from the market. And finally, you're pushing higher. You're going for 143. Can it happen? Of course it can happen. Of course it can happen. As long as we keep that green and we break that zero level, then the Fibonacci expands all the way to the final projection. That's 143.76. And definitely we have to consider that our calls can do very well there. Okay, now let's continue. AMD losing that grip, losing that positioning. We're under 366. That makes me go back for the time being. Wants me to go back to that positioning. But what I will do is definitely kind of save that idea and just share with everyone what I'm looking on that weekly play. Okay, let me just share that with the group. Okay, that's what I have. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that will be okay, perfect. So we get that, we have an alert out, and that's how we're going to roll from this point. So the position, that will be the weekly play. Previous play didn't work out well. Right now, in time in New York, I'll get ready to touch 10 a.m. And I'm just going to go back, losing that, fading the 133, 132 level in between. Tesla, again, fighting back to keep the green. That's the most important. We need Tesla to fight back. Strong opening, filling the gap. Once we have the gap, now it's game on. Looking into the dollar index, fighting the 103.73, reversing from 104. Let's switch to Japanese candlesticks. Weekly, a little bit of red. That's positive. And we coming from last week high at 104.12. Today, fading that strength of last week. And that's something that may help for a bounce in the next 1 to 2 hours. Let me continue what we have so far. The same story. Turning for the year, a little bit positive, the US dollar, something that we want to make sure we pay attention to. I'm going to go and look at what Tesla, I'll probably say NVIDIA, but I'm going to take a look at what Tesla is doing. I'm going to bring back actually UPS. Take a UPS so far. 170.28, 170.28 on UPS, coming strong as well. BTC above 26,000 again. Marathon Digital Holdings, my favorite crypto miner so far, year to date, 198% for the year today. Still a little bit bearish, but fighting to keep strong support at the round figure, the level 10. That's the $10 level. Tesla, again, not doing much, 237. And that may be a sign that we actually will turn red for the day. And that's something always that we have something that we have to consider. Okay, so let's go to the Qs. Let's see how that looks and what might be a play for us. Right there, when you have this kind of reaction, my idea would be when we have the 367, it's just 2 points to the downside. That will take me to the 364. And the way it works through 367, that 2 points, that will take me to the 365, which we are breaking right away. So this is why you always have to be prepared to have the other side of that trade immediately. So this trade opened at 172. Low of the day 90, something to consider as well because the trade's still alive. So if you take that end of the day last week and then you unload your position, we have reports back where we have members taking 90% of that execution. Perfect. So what do you do now? Once you exit your position, you're looking to take 2 points down right away. Call it the hedge or your insurance on the downside. Do we know it's going to happen? We don't know, but we know the market is starting the week a little bit with energy. That energy, it's good. You're not going to say no to that energy, but you got to pay attention. So if you're right there at the top, you're looking at playing the market at 365. So we're going to see where it opened and what happens if at the market you get those contracts as soon as you hit 367.70 where you are unloading your position. So you're looking at that. The open is 60 cents. The low so far 45, but right away it turns to 86. What that means is on one account you can have two computers. For example, just an idea, you can have two computers and one account is buying, one account is exiting, one account is buying. You can be on your phone, you can be on your laptop, it depends. But if you're going to do a business out of trading, you must be prepared to face the challenge. Technology is also a challenge. So the point here is we have a low 45. Right away, we're trading seems at 86. Let's see the next 5 to 7 minutes. What's the update? But absolutely, you're getting a 45. You're actually very close to double your money. On the volume, the 9,520 contract means someone is looking to hedge, and that makes perfect sense. So at this bottom, I will say, okay, if that's the case, we can have that back and forth volatility. And what it means for us all the time, +2, -2. +2, you're up. It's the beginning of the week. You already know what's that level. 367.67, you're looking for 365. That's it. It's not complicated. It's just something that you need to practice over and over again. Okay, let's continue to see what's the news. Hong Kong officially launches its first Bitcoin and crypto trading platform. There you go. Look at what they're doing there. I know what they're doing. Okay. So that's where we go so far. Let's see what else is happening. Wheat apparently looking to trading at the lowest of the low for last 2 years. So let's see what kind of reaction we have here. Now, once we have that bearish reaction, this is the new AB. I will say now CD. I will probably always consider that there's a move back to 367. So if you caught that price action, you exited, you sold to close your position right there at the top, and then you loaded your -2, you went for the 365. I'm looking to know what happens there. And then absolutely, I'm calling for one more time, 367 for the day today. I'm not buying it. I think the market is just flushing. The market is adjusting. And then I'm looking for Futu. What we do with this trade, 53. Let's see what is available out there. I will always consider what is available. And again, Bank of America upgrading that is beautiful. Okay. Let's see what we get here. See who is online. So right, see. Okay. Tomorrow, Neo-Catalan. Okay, perfect. So we look for the weekly call. So let's say we just want to go for a weekly play. That's September. They have the 53. I will take probably the 50. Let's try probably 56. Take my chances with the 56. Okay. And I'll see where I am in the next hour or so. 53. Volume about to break the 1 million. So that's something that has my attention right now. I look to provide that idea, so I'll probably take that trade as well. Probably want to play that upgrade right there. A lot of strength. It's looking good. Let's just review that. Coming back up from 364.77 low of the day, that 365 about to probably come into the green, and we're gonna look at that if there's any update. Low of the day, 45 cents. There you go. That's 100% on that put as well. So you play back and forth. You gotta be fast. You gotta position yourself. Again, if you want to be a trader, if you want to make money off the market on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, pay your mortgage, pay the kids' college, do everything, you need a plan. We got a plan. Come join us. That's the most important. I like that. I like the people looking at 170.38 and is looking good. UPS. Let me call the boys and the ladies. What do you say they're doing? What they're doing, how they're positioning themselves, right? 122.225. So how is everything moving? You got UPS in the money. All right. Okay, let's continue. Let's go back. Okay, we already have that moving. Let's see where we have Google weekly play sent out to members, fighting to be above 132. Still a little bit of indecision on the daily. That's fine, makes sense. Why? Because we have a lot of days. We have this back and forth. Remember, the first half an hour, 45 minutes after the market opens, we're looking for direction. That's something too. It's like when you wake up, you have to kind of restart yourself, a little bit of coffee, you have to flush, and then you define, you get to go, okay? But the most important that before you go to bed, why not having a plan? That's what you want to do. You do want to have a plan. And once you have a plan, you're ready to go, okay? So we're looking for that 132, keeping that 132. The Q's back to above 366. AMD, green to red, red to green, back about 102.40. Keeping that, fighting for it, fighting for it. So I'm looking at that. Okay, so let's see, look at GOOG. Where is it? Let's clean the screen. Let's see what we have. We got God's hand turning a little bit reddish. Last week we have a massive buy. Let me see if we have any late signal. 1, 2, 5 minutes. That's where we got it. All right. Let's see where we got it. Right there, we got the Google God's hand right there on the 30-minute chart. And let's pinpoint that. Let's pinpoint those two signals. God's hand, there's right there. And let me just take that. And let me just share it with everyone. So okay, so where are we? Where's the group? Okay, where's just mark it. Okay, 30 minutes. All right, so I got that. Let's see, where is it? The group. Okay. Where's everyone? Okay. It's cooler. Okay, so far so good. Okay. Okay, and finally. Okay, perfect. So let's go back to our game. Let's revisit. So this is okay, fine. So this is the last buy alert that we have on screen for Google. My friends, the lads, are telling me we have that big explosion there. That was 10% in a week, and then we have a reversal pause. This is something to expect. Again, 132 above 132 defending, weekly turning green. That's very good. I'm looking for 135. Can it happen? Yes, it can. I can see that happening, and it can happen for us. Okay, so that's why it's the weekly play. Last one didn't work for us. Doesn't matter. We have to keep going. Okay. Remember to size your positions based on the account that you are working with. Okay. Now let's continue. Let's see where we are. Apple still green, 179. High of the day, 180. Still fighting. Tesla again, tempting us with the 239. But I will say that I want to see more. I want to see the whole thing going back to that 244 that had at the beginning, the pre-market. Now 102.42 AMD. It's still green. That's positive. 365.78 right now. I'm calling for, again, we're coming back to, okay, we're going back to, we're going back to right there. Can we have it? Prepare. Okay, and we're going back to the 367. We're going back to the 367, calling to go back. Okay. We're going back to 67 intraday. Okay. Okay, and there we go. Okay, we're going back to it. That one, pay no more than $1. Pay no more than $1. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Marvel. Okay. We're going back 367 call, expiration for the day today. So far, open 127, high 172. That probably was pretty fast. But now low 63 cents, contract low 29 cents. We have a massive 20,000 contracts in the volume playing that side of the game today. We're getting news. Disney is getting massive sweeps. Massive sweeps, Disney as well. So we're gonna give that a room, and we're gonna look at the structure that we have so far. 132 on Google. Let's go for the Qs. We're gonna move to the 5-minute chart, see what is happening, and clean everything and review all position. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that push higher. This is what we're looking at. This is the view on the Qs right there, 5 minutes. Okay. 5 minutes, 366.12. This is how it looks. So far, so good. Let's take a look. We don't have a buy signal yet. We have a few before, but definitely there's a massive 5-minute candle rejection on that sense. So that is important for us to notice. Okay, that's what we are noticing. Okay. Okay. Time in New York. What's the time in New York right now? Time in New York, 10 a.m. So that's 10 a.m. 10 a.m. And that's what we got so far. That's the 132. Okay. Okay. Okay, 132. But this is so far where it goes. It went to 260, 132, the low 166, bid, so high 259, open at 180, went to 259, low 166, and now trades at 140, 185. Something to keep an eye on. Okay. Let's keep an eye. Let's continue. Let's continue work. See who else is out there. Okay. All right, so let's continue. We got that. All right, so a little bit of red, 366 has been a little bit of a challenge so far. I'm not surprised. Again, looking for the bearish structure, if any. It's bouncing from the 50% after that recover, how it recovers, okay? So AMD, still green, that's positive. Tesla, that's a problem, red to green, 54.35 for Futu right there. Look at that. Look at that. It makes me look for that. There you go, at the open. 25 cents at the open, right there. Not a lot of action though, but definitely something to consider. I wouldn't be mad at taking 60 cents if needed. Okay, so Apple letting go, fading as well. That's the challenge the Qs are having right now. And I'm not even looking to NVIDIA. Oh, AMD showing up to battle. Qs still in that area. Let's take a look at AMD. Let's see if we can pick anything from the 5-minute action. There you go, strong rejection, but back and forth. This is where the battle is going to settle. Either we go above that area or we simply just break down. And that's just mostly how a lot of these scenarios will play. Of course, we want to take that price action, go all the way to 104. And if that happens, you're looking for a full rotation. That rotation means from A to B. A to B, you have $2.48. So do not be surprised if we trade by Wednesday above 106.58. That's not difficult based on the current rotation that we have, okay? And if not, well, we have to abandon the idea and continue, right? So that's what we have so far. Still very green on those, still green apparently in those Chinese automakers, EV makers. Still, Tesla not giving up, 238.42, fighting that green to red, red to green, massive battle. Someone is pushing and someone is not surrendering. Nubank coming under pressure, 676. Makes sense. I abandoned the idea around $8 the other day, so I'll probably revisit that idea. 238.15, fighting the good battle where we have Futu Holdings Limited, Chinese stock, fighting 54.24, 6% for the day. We got Billy, another Chinese stock that has been fighting for it, 1469 day range. Not a good view based on what China's it's going through, but the stocks are not gonna let go that easily. So we got a few names that are just fighting a good battle, and that's the most important thing that we have to consider. Now, looking at risk, let me just move this. Looking at risk, a 102, Tesla, 238.25. And this is why we have this battle at the 365 level. That 364.71, the low of the day. Let me just refresh. Yeah, 64.71, the battle to 65, $1 of battle, because what is happening is you don't see Tesla just letting go. Okay, it seems that he's doing it now. But if it keeps, it's cool. If it keeps that position, you know that you have something going on here for the next day, and that's the most important. What I will do as well, preparing to next day. Preparing to next day, I already know where I'm going to be. So I want to be around the 367 again. So I go for the Qs. I already know my 2 points. And what I'm doing at the beginning, very beginning, we're fully 45 minutes into the session right there. I want to know exactly how I'm going to see the market tomorrow. And the way I want to do that is just position myself. I want to know if I'm ready around 365. Hey, you know what? Probably I want to go for 367. That's 153. Maybe I want to push it to the 368, but I'm going to count that I may revisit it one more time, 364. Just a little bit of a dipping, okay? I want to dip my toes into that 364 one more time, maybe a bird trap around the round figure, 364, via victory recovery, and then that 367 has a fighting chance. I'm not going to go too out of the money because it looks like $1 is not too much, but when you're trading intraday, when you're looking for that living out of the markets, every dollar makes sense because time is against us, every one of us. Pay attention to that. Okay, 7,000 contracts against 1,800 contracts in the open interest. You got my attention, 367 for tomorrow, and that's something that I want to play with. Delta, 40% so far based on the figures we have. What are those figures? 365, 65, 93, 86, 93, looking to break back above 366. That means that what? There you go, Tesla going back red to green. It started green to red, and now it's turning the tables, not giving up, and that's the most important. Looking at AMD. Well, oh, there you go. We got to have it. We're looking for a buy. And that would be it. That would account 1, 2, boom, God's hand, and we're going down. Let's see what happens. But in essence, it was just briefly, but it's the beginning of the print, the beginning of the signal that we call God's hand. And that's the most important because it's right there, ready to give us that push. And remember, God can also put your hand, put his hand or its hand, whatever you want to go for, and can just also provide a sell opportunity. Not the case so far. Let's see what happens. Let's see how it moves, okay? We want to look at what's next. Still green, still 10 cents green. Tesla fighting a good fight. Apple still above 179. That important. Closing above 180 is even better. Red to green, apparently green to red for this one. And I'm going to look at what Bitcoin can be telling us. BTC still, well, above 120, above the 26,000 mark. And that's what matters. The dollar still under 104. Still under 104. I don't have any sell signal so far. Bunch of buy signals, but definitely this red signal there, 103.93 is something to pay attention. at the very top. So this one is something to consider. Last time went from 361, it dropped about 60 cents and 70 cents. So that is not a bad signal. Monthly, not really anything that we want to look at. I'm going to look for what's the action on Japanese euro, Japanese yen. Euro, Japanese yen, not doing much yet either. So let's go to the DXY. And there you go. Do we have any sell signal that matters? Not really. We have this one here, but it's an orange one, so not sure yet. 15-minute. Ooh, what a deadly sell signal there. Joining from here, this level 103. But nothing that matters so far. I will be looking always for that confirmation like we have this time. The first time we got that confirmation, it was very good for the stock market. We got that 6%, 6.5% correction. We got this massive correction, another 7.5. So I would think that any other correction can easily take us $7 under and could take us to a new low in 2023. If that were to happen, Looking at the treasury yields, still pretty decent. Nothing that, I mean, everyone is looking for that pullback, and that's actually what can actually reality can help the market. A little bit less tension on that side. So I would think we did so far 373, 396. Those can be our targets on that area. Okay. But nothing really to be like, okay, wow, it's changing the narrative. You see, the dollar is above that, so that can be the end of. I'm cautious, but I already have my call, the 367 call. But I'll be cautious with that dollar moving up. The good thing is that yields are not moving up, and that helps a lot. Briefly, Qs above 366, AMD green again, very important. We sort of have a print. I don't think we have a print anywhere else. Not really. 2 hours. Last print was there. The 1 hour, you got one there. These two can be the setup for the sideways price action. That's as much as I can gather for what I have so far. And that's important. 102.80, looking to the 103. And that would be a nice break. I think AMD advanced micro devices want to take advantage of that weakness that NVIDIA has. Someone wants to play a little bit, okay, what's happening here? Consolidation. Can we allocate some capital on AMD? Can it pay to allocate capital now? Let's figure that out, okay? So back again, 366.27. There you go. There you go. And that's very important. Let's see who is who. So let me see. Okay, we're in. Okay, we're in. See how far we can take it. 366.25. Apple 179.43. Very good. There you go, Tesla. Don't give up on us. 239.38 again. Very good. Mara 1073. Moving with Bitcoin. A little bit of risk on so far. What else we have? Riot blockchain, Riot platforms now. Again, 1056. Why not? Having a little bit of risk there. If Bitcoin goes up, there you go. One of probably the best asset in the last 10 years. Something for us to pay attention. Futu, again, where it is so far. There you go. Oh no, aluminum. Who got that one on my screen? Futu Holdings Limited. Where it goes so far? 685, 54, 56. You want to pay attention to that. Tomorrow, 367. I want to take a contract here. If you want to play that for tomorrow, 158, 148, I don't want to pay more than 180. I want to make sure that I'm staying at that level. So just going to go back and, okay, something happened there. Again, for tomorrow, I already know if I'm 364, 65, I already know what's going to happen tomorrow. Moving into 161, we actually started looking at it at 148. You want to make sure you get no more than 180. Low of the day was 119. Makes sense. Someone already is going to make a little bit of money on that trade for tomorrow. Now, what matters for us is where do we go from here when it goes? Okay, the 365 put just as a reference, in and out. the high of that was 150, so probably take 45 and you actually, I wouldn't say that you sell the high, but I would think you actually have a room to go from even 50 to 100% on that particular trade. I'm gonna let that one go. I'm more interested now on the upside on the bounce. So we go look at that one at 260. Let's see if we get a confirmation from our friends in there you go, 7%. They got it high as well. Okay. Okay, so they took tomorrow's, okay? Hong Kong breakthrough technology. These guys are funny. Tomorrow's. Okay, and so far so good. So far. Okay, so good. At the open. Yeah. Right, so we booked that one. Just a few words before I leave you guys for the day today and start the rendering for the video. So 367 call today. It got a 60, now 87. So that's probably going into 90. And that would be probably 50%. So that's pretty good. Low of the day 48. So that's 50. That's already 50%. But again, it's just a little sense where we are. Oh, wow. Apple flirting with 180 again. Very strong price action. 367.73. We're going back. Let's go back. AMD. Let's see where we go. 5 minutes battling there. 102.61. But if in fact we want to be above 103, 104 will be ideal by the end of the session. We got to make this happen there. Now I'm going to jump to the Qs. The Qs, one more look. Oh, what a great move. What a great look. And we're chasing liquidity. And the liquidity that we're chasing, that is supply. There you go. Looking for that supply. Looking for supply. And we want that supply in its hunting mode. We want to take that liquidity. That's what we live for. Markets are chasing liquidity. So we want that to happen. And then we can actually make a move to 369. So that's something to consider. I keep my 367. This is where we want to play, okay? So that's the most important. Take a look at what happened. See how that reversal it pinpoints some of that liquidity, bearish liquidity from the extended hours, and now is back on track, okay? That's very good, okay? That's actually absolutely, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's very attractive. It helps a lot. And that's what it helps a lot. It's just to have that sense. Google again, still pretty stable. That's the weekly play. 198. There you go, Google. There you go. Very good move. Very good move, Google. And that's important. So we have that price action. 367 tomorrow. Doing well as well. I'm gonna take Fudu off the screen. I don't think there's any interest for that play. 87. So let's go back to the cues. Just a battle there, just churning, but definitely not to where. Oh my God, AMD flirting with that 103 again, 192, 97. Can we 98, 95, 98, 95, 97, 94? Oh my God, can you make it? Do you want to make it? What's going on there? Okay, look at that. Oh, wow. Rejection on the 4-hour candle. Seems that the dollar is losing steam. Not looking good for the dollar. 242 for a little bit of these small cap play on the AI field. Looking in Vasco again, 326.80. Oh my God. What is happening? 192, 96 AMD Tesla. Back above 240, 13, 240. Give us 244. 179.76, 179.78, Apple 179, 176, 179.80, 179.77. There you go. What a great price action. But guys, always remember, you need to be ready for the flip. If the script flips, you want to be positioned yourself. You want to know what's happening there. 190, 102, 94, 96. There you go. Come on, give us 103, 194, 95, 92, 93. 90. What's going on? You can do this. Believe in yourself, AMD. 93, 92, 91, 92, 93. Decide where you want to go. 240, 240, 67, 240. Can we get 241? Let's see how far we can take this one. 179.70. Let's remove Fudu from the screen. Let's take a Google quick. Oh, there you go. 132.44. Google definitely play of the week, weekly play right there, trying its best. Now 192, as long as we get 103, I think everything will change so far. We get a second candle, a little bit of sideways. I like from the next 2 candles to make the push higher, and that will be something that will let us know we're in the right direction. Okay, other than that, UPS still 170.45. Bitcoin going back above that 126 of 101, 105. The dip today, well, 25,910. The celebration for the bears was short-lived. Actually, that's funny. That was funny. I mean, a lot of people is calling for 12,000. We'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens, but definitely something to pay attention. So we continue. Invesco 360.64, AMD fighting back, going to the 80 level. But the most important is how they're looking. They're looking healthy. They're looking that they're having a great start of the week. At the beginning, half an hour, 45 minutes, we're looking for direction. We're looking to, if you took the end of the day trade previously, last week, Friday, then you go into that. But remember, a rotation, or the rotation at the Market Surveillance Alliance is pretty simple. +2, -2. That's all we want to know. You want to be an expert. You want to command control of the cues, because the name of the game is technology. Whether you like it or not, ExxonMobil is not coming back to the Dow Jones Average Index. So that's what it is. I want to see if we can get that 103 there. 240.71. Tesla, what are you doing? What are you doing there? 366.86. There you go. There you go. There you go. Everyone moving. There you go. Come on. 366.84. 102.84. There you go. Almost there. It's stalling, but well, it is what it is. Okay, so other than that, not much for the day today. I guess the same stocks are going to be here at the top. Let's see what the stocks: GDC, GNS, Thorn, Finvest, Beamfast, RPT, HT, HE, GDC Culture. Perfect. Nothing wrong with those levels. We're looking at that, and I think that will be it for now, guys. Okay, 192, last push, last Sanju. Let's see where we are. pushing 2 candles, second 5-minute candle at that top, pushing higher. Let's see what we got on AMD Advanced Micro Devices. The positioning looks appealing. I don't know what is going on with this thingy here. Okay, there you go. That's what we got. That's perfect. There you go. We got it. And we're gonna leave the live session today. MSA's market briefing 103.06. Very important. We want this to keep going, and the path, it's open. Heaven is open to go all the way to 104.09. And then, surprise, surprise, going into September, everyone is looking for the weakest month since 1950. Data supports that. But what if August did all the trick, did the game for us, and we are positioned to make good money? Let's stay tuned. Okay, guys, on behalf of the Market Surveillance Alliance, our team, myself, and the rest of the crew, thank you so much for thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I will be half an hour before the market opens. Thank you. Ciao.